This is AI.R, Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City.
Hello, my name is Emily Frankel, and I'm going to do a talking post for my blog, M's Talkery. The subject, toe hugger. Toe hugger things to wear on your feet. I saw them. I saw a picture of them. Eek! They're ugly. I saw a promo on Amazon. It's called the Vibram 5-Finger Shoes. And they also have socks. So when you're doing yoga or Pilates, you can cover your feet. These foot things are being touted by a very interesting blogger and a writer named Brian Walsh. He works for Time Magazine and other websites. And Brian Walsh did a video of himself. He put on the toe huggers. That was not simple to get them on your toes like fingers. And he demonstrated slow jogging and then accelerating his jogging and faster jogging. Well, it was very interesting, but I didn't buy it. I guess the reason is because I have been a barefoot modern dancer. What is barefoot modern dancing? Back in the early part of the 20th century, Ruth St. Denis and Ted Shawn put together a famous company called Denis Shawn. And Denis Shawn traveled the world dancing, performing, mostly in bare feet. And from Denis Shawn came the next generation of modern dancers, which includes Martha Graham, Charles Weidman, and Doris Humphrey. And I had my very first job dancing. Actually, I danced with Graham and Humphrey Weidman, but my very first job was in the Charles Weidman Company as a barefoot dancer. Well, barefoot dancing. Did you ever walk around on a cold wooden floor in your bare feet and sort of get a splinter? It wasn't that I was getting splinters, but when I pirouetted, that is, did a turn, the bottoms of my foot, the ball of my foot, would begin to develop an abrasion, and the abrasion, with day after day rehearsing, became splits. And with day after day after day running and turning and doing all kinds of dance things in my bare feet, my toes got sprained. I actually had to splint my fourth and fifth toes with a toothpick, with a bunch of toothpicks sort of put together, taped together. And even then, it was not good. So I looked around at elk sandals. They were hard to anchor. I looked at plain sandals. They were not easy to anchor. So I bought a pair of flesh-colored ballet slippers, which made all the other modern dancers think, what? You're not supposed to wear ballet slippers if you're a modern dancer. But I kind of gravitated toward them, and in a strange way, that was the beginning of me becoming what I have become, what I did become in dance, the founder of a company called American Dance Drama Company, which it was modern dancing with a kind of balletic flair. The balletic flair being, I guess, because I had my dancers wear ballet slippers, different colors. Anyway, it was interesting. I must say that there are other problems with dancing barefoot. For instance, that's something that I have to call the creeping crud. You get a little infection in the ball of your foot or in a split on the foot, and it gets worse and worse, and it's not good. Anyway, I don't think that I'm going to be an advocate of dancing in toe huggers. But Brian Walsh did a very strong proof of why they were important. He went to the University of Delaware run injury clinic, and the very wise, educated people in that clinic said, no, 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 you do not cover the feet. The feet are nature's way for man to walk and run and dance. So Brian Walsh is selling and promoting toe huggers, and I am thinking, not so good, not so good. Well, what do I think about what you ought to wear on your feet if you're going to be going over and over and over an exercise. I think, don't worry about what you're wearing on your feet. Think about music. If you have to do repetitive exercise over and over and over again, the one thing that will help you is not what you wear on your feet, but what you have in your brain. If you listen to exciting music, rock and roll, classical, thunderous, gentle, tinkling, whatever, as you're listening to the music and repeating a boring, repetitive exercise, picture who you are as you're exercising. Don't think of it as exercise, think, I'm dancing. And keep inventing, keep your mind, every time you repeat, think of a new image. I'm building a castle. I'm a king. I'm a queen. I'm an elf. And it will help you with exercise. So, I've made my point for the day. I do not think that you need to use toe huggers and spend $50 to $175 on a pair of toe hugger slippers or Vibram 5 fingers. I think just do your exercise in your bare feet and be careful. This is Emily Frankel signing off for Air Broadcasting. I'll see you next week with my husband, John Cullum.
This is AI.R. See you next week.